If you've been playing it safe, if you have been shrinking yourself, if you have been tiptoeing around that thing that you know you are supposed to be doing in this season, this Moments and Momentum episode 17 is just for you. In today's video, y'all are going to be getting ready with me as I prepare for the Labor Day activities. That is the right holiday, right? It's Labor Day. And I'm also going to be giving my feedback on Emma Grede's standpoint about women working from home. I've been listening to her audiobook, Start With Yourself, and I'm going to give you my 5 takeaways. Also, I've been going to some pretty cool events. I went to rapper, philosopher, Black, Six Lack, some people call him. I went to his studio session here recently. Also volunteered at this event with Chris Paul at Morehouse, and I went to my friend's book launch for God is Genius. I've been in some pretty cool spaces lately, and I'm going to show you guys that. And of course, at the end of this video, we are going to flow into music, movement, and motivation. So if you've been dealing with anxiousness and you're just like, I just need a moment of like serenity, then stay tuned because we're going to do music, movement, and motivation, where you have the motivational tip to uplift you for this week, as well as the song of the week produced by me. And yeah, let's put on these clothes first.
Is it really something, or is it really trusting? 'Cause I can back up all I do.
So let's talk about where I'm going today. I'm going to a lake house party with some old heads. I mean, it's going to be a mixed crowd, but the host of this party, I met her at Keke Palmer's album release party last year. It's so crazy to think that I've been in all these crazy spaces. Let me turn off this heat. It's just been kind of crazy to think about all the cool spaces that I've been in and the really decent humans that I've been meeting. But I shouldn't be surprised because this is the energy that I put out into the world. It is rainy here in Atlanta. It's going to be raining for a week straight according to the weather. And I want to be comfortable. Y'all know that I love being comfortable. I have been really honing in on my wardrobe and getting more specific with the way I want to show up. And my friend, he actually came over and helped me with some styling pieces, and we have another styling session soon, so that's going to be in another video for y'all. So I have a couple pieces and I'm gonna just figure it out. Okay, outfit number 1. Okay, booty. Oh, baby. The only thing is shoes. I need to go get some shoes. I think I'm gonna go to the store and get some shoes. See how it fits the ball. Like, feels great. Somebody can't take me as I am like this. Like, oh well. I have a great body. Alright, outfit number 2, switch your shirt. Not crazy about it. Change the bottom. Too dressy. Too dressy. Lord, I'm gonna be somebody's baby mama one day. Wife. Then baby mama. Yeah, we working hard. Listen, Billy about to be. Actually, it's already. It's just bloated because my cycle came on this week. But either way, we love the good. Ladies, love your bellies. Rub on your tummy. Ooh, excuse me. Rub on your body and be grateful for it. Too much, but it feels comfortable. I'm definitely still gonna wear this skirt today. Yeah, and I might just do my favorite halter that I haltered myself and call it a day. I should have did no bra, but I still might do it with no bra. Oh, this is the movie today. This is what we doing. I don't need to see nothing else. This is what we're doing. We sexy, we comfortable, we good. Like, oh, did I bring my head wrap? I wish I would have brought my head wrap. That would have been fire. This is what we're doing. I think I want to do 2 pigtails, slick edges, big hoops. Of course, my purse. You know, just very, very chill, very comfortable, very feminine. So I'm trying to think, am I going to do makeup first, then get in the shower? Or... Okay, so now that we have figured out what I'm going to wear to this Memorial Day celebration, I want to look like a cocoa butter baby. With that outfit that I just picked out, yeah, I want to look moisturized, golden. Let's get into what the girls on my timeline have been in uproar about, which is Emma Grede's standpoint on women working from home and getting to the bag from home.
What I think is that work from home culture is a career killer for women. And let me explain to you why. Remembering that I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women that work for me. Now, what is happening is that we talk about all of this sort of upside of Zoom culture, but none of the rigidity of it. And no one will really tell you. But careers require proximity and visibility. You want a pay rise? You want the next promotion? You want the big corner office? Guess what? You need to be there. You might not want to hear it, because it might be comfortable in your living room, but the facts are the facts. And I'm not here to sugarcoat information or to load women up with toxic positivity.
So you almost feel like it's a way to also, I don't want to say push us out, but it's almost slowly a way to be like, you're not needed, or you don't really, it's not, there's no urgency because you're away.
It's eroding the potential for women to be successful.
Interesting.
Period. End off. Your boss won't tell you that because they're not allowed to tell you. The way we have built human resource culture in this country and the rest of the Western world is that no one can have that conversation with you. But the truth is the truth. It just is. If you're not there, if you're not in the room, there is going to be somebody else that is. And guess what? Like, they will get that opportunity over you.
So first, I would like to say that I don't agree with some of the things that Emma Grede says. But 95% of the shit she be talking about, she be on it. And she's very transparent, very raw. It's a very raw energy that you have to take time to digest. When I listen to Emma Grede, these are my sentiments exactly. I was just like, Emma, I don't want to do that. But damn it, you're right. That's the energy I feel internally when I listen to Emma Grede, because ultimately her overall tone, not saying that she doesn't say some things that are to the extreme sometimes, but her overall agenda, I believe, is to help women thrive, succeed, and be the people who they say they want to be, specifically in corporate and the workplace and these different type of environments. I know I needed it, hence why I purchased her ebook audio. I could have did the hardback copy, but I would have been setting myself up. Point number 1, she quoted this from someone else. I forgot who the person was. It's not about who's the smartest, but who's the most disciplined. Y'all, I have been in some rooms with some people, and I can tell you that the lack of discipline really robs a lot of people of opportunity. I was at this networking investor meeting group for tech people, right? And there was this one specific guy who was the top investor at this specific event. And when it came time for him to present whatever he needed to present, He spent a lot of time going down a rabbit hole about what it is that he knew. He took a whole lot of time talking about all that he had accomplished. You are here to persuade others to invest in something, or convince them to let you invest in something that you might be interested in. And while your credentials matter to a great degree, while you have invested a lot of time and energy into what it is that you do, respect. You don't know these people that you are sitting in front of. Everybody is new here. It's a clean slate. So sometimes when we go into these spaces, specifically for this event, his lack of discipline was not knowing when to shut up. I've done it before. It's like, ooh, that wasn't the moment for you to just go all in. That was the moment for you to. If we don't have the discernment of when to do what, to actually be disciplined, then we miss a lot of opportunities like that. Point number 2, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. What? A couple of years ago, I was in a financial bind and I needed consistent income because I was an entrepreneur. Things weren't flowing consistently the way they needed to. And I was like, look, something's got to give. And I was presented with a job opportunity. I had great connections with the person who hired me. And we had already had a conversation maybe 6 to 8 months prior. He asked me, he said, how much do you want to make? Or how much do you need to make? I said, honestly, my overhead, like the bills that I pay is not much. I'm staying with my mom. Like my overhead was probably only like $400 for everything. Like my bills, my car payment. I am a girl who lives below her means. And this is why I'm living my best life now, because I live below my means and I ain't hunching and I ain't got no kids out here. It was no more than 5. I'll give myself that. It was no more than 5 at that time per month. I could figure everything else out. I said, I just need stability. Those were my words. So 6 to 8 months later, when he presented me with the opportunity, he was like, hey, I have a job opportunity for you. It's making $36,000 a year. And at first I was resistant because I was just so used to being a full-time entrepreneur. And I was like, I would be crazy. I said, this is the stability that I need. The job was very flexible. I knew it wasn't a lot. I knew it wasn't a lot of money. But it was all that I needed. I told myself that I needed at that time because my mindset was, oh, if I just had this stability coming in, I can handle the rest. Now I'm weeks in, months in, I'm realizing that my counterparts are getting paid 3 times more. So you do the math. For a good bit of time, I was just so frustrated and so upset about the fact that he was making more money than me. But then I started thinking about it. I said, I told him, my higher up, the person who hired me, I told him that's what I needed. That's what he gave me. So now fast forward, listening to this audiobook, and Emma goes to women. She tells women, it's not about what you deserve. You could bicker and pout about not having XYZ amount, but if you don't ask, you're not getting it. And so when I heard these words, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate, I was like, that is so true. So it came to the point where I was like, I want more. I had already decided that I probably wouldn't be at the job much longer. But when I started typing up reasons why I wanted more, and I had my number in mind about what I wanted to make, which was about $60,000, still not as much as my counterpart, right? I was so afraid to ask for it. And because I was afraid, I said, you know what? We gotta ask, just for the simple fact that we're so afraid to do this. I don't like being scared of stuff. If I'm scared of something, I'm like, okay, we gotta fix this, because what are we scared of for real? You say you want this and you're afraid of it? Okay, time to go into the tunnel, aka my hole, to have my own therapy session with my journal. And I built up the confidence, still a little scared to ask for that, but I had to do it. I had to get it out of my system. I needed to know what it felt like to ask for that amount of money, because I knew I was worth that. and more. But yeah, point number 3. The third thing that was said in the book that had me like was, she said, I'm not a pushover, I push back. I said, ooh. Ever since I could remember, I've been popping my collar. I recently have accepted that I'm very kind. I'm sweet. I am very gracious. I am patient. And I thought because I embody those things and I put those things out into the world so well, I thought that I was a pushover, and I have never, ever been a pushover. Ever. Every job that I've worked with men, they all wanted me to pipe down a little bit. You doing too much. Except one. I love Dan. Dan was my boss at Hibbett Sports when I was working at a sneaker store around about 19, 20 or something like that. But every other boss, for the most part, has to some degree tried to, hey, you go over here, like, stay in the corner. I don't want to sit up here and lie and say that all of them have just been like, you're beneath me, because there have been certain moments and aspects that all of these male bosses have brought some great qualities out of me. But when it came to certain matters, when it came to money, when it came down to talking about like equity, having the liberty to choose and do certain things, it was very much like, what you doing? I remember this one specific boss I had at this retail store. He's passed away now. God rest his soul. He could not stand me. Like, he was the epitome of misogyny. We just always say misogynistic things about women. Any free agency that I exercised, he was not for it, or any woman at that. If I feel that you got me so deep into a hole that I can't really do what I need to do, I'm definitely pushing back. You can push a little, but I'm definitely pushing back. And when I push back, I'm pushing you down. Like, that's just in my DNA. I just recently come to accept that this is just who I am. I'm not a pushover. I push back, and I'm leaning into it. So, point number 4, money is not relational. Advocate for yourself first, then you can think about other people. A lot of us we've grown up in homes where money was an issue, or it was a constant struggle, or our relationship around money was tight, and it's rooted in like anxiousness and scarcity, and that's unfortunate for us. And we did not choose those lives, right? But we could choose better. And that's the beauty of that. My friend, she had reached a level of stability, right? And I borrowed a lot of money from friends. Like, when I become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, I need for y'all to know, I did a lot of people supported me in my early days. But this specific friend, she had reached a level of stability in her life, her and her spouse, and she went to her therapist, and the therapist basically told her, you need to start telling people no. Like, when they ask you for money, tell them no, no matter how big or small. Can't remember exactly what I asked her for. It was something minute. It wasn't like anything huge. I don't think it was anything over like $30 or something like that. She said, I'm gonna have to tell you no. And then she started over explaining herself. My therapist said this, my therapist said that. She was like, this is not even about you, like me telling you no. She was like, because you know I'll give it to you. And she just went down this whole rabbit hole. I was like, girl. I was like, that's fine. Like, I get that. I know it. I see the pattern. We all see the pattern every day. When one of us reaches a level of stability or perceived stability, or we have a lot, we want to help other people. But it's like, no, boundaries have to be set. And I am a person, I love to empower people to tell me no. Because guess what? it empowers me to tell you no too. It's called survivor's guilt. You don't owe anybody anything, but just use discernment. You're not responsible for anyone else's livelihood unless it's someone whose livelihood you want to be responsible for. I know a lot of people end up taking care of their moms, their parents, like, duh, like, you took care of me my whole life. But even that is going to sound harsh, but you're not even like responsible for that. But it would be nice for you to take care of your parents. I'm gonna take care of my mama when I can. Like, all that I could do, I'm gonna take care of my people. But in this growing phase where I'm really, really starting to make money, I cannot afford to just think. What's the foster parent who adopted Annie? Warbucks. I'm not there yet. Like, I still have an overhead. I have means to take care of. I have employees that I want to start paying. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or just live below your means. Like, it's not time to buy the house yet. It's not time to buy the extreme thing yet. Maybe it's just like, okay, I couldn't buy you what you wanted to eat at one point in time because I only had $10 to my name. Okay, I could buy you a sub. I could buy you this. Like, little small things here and there. Like, work your way up towards the bigger things, but don't go to the extreme too soon. Point number 5, and this is kind of going back to point number 2. Don't let fear cut you off from your ask. This last point really touches home base for me in a lot of areas in my life, not just business and finance, but also relationally and just in general. Anything that you want to succeed in is going to require you connecting with another human, which kind of debunks the whole saying about business and personal doesn't mix. I mean, you have to connect with humans. You know how people get paid? People are like, oh, I get paid, I don't need nobody. Yeah, you have customers and they pay you. You provided, something that they needed of equal value, and they gave you that in exchange, but essentially somebody took money out of their pockets and paid you. We have to, as business owners, really consider who this client is, who this customer is. So there's no way to really escape the human interaction. But the reason why I bring that up is because when you go through a lot of traumatic experiences, this will and can make you very cautious. This can make you wonder or second guess your position in someone's life or the way that they perceive you. It's like, do you really feel that way? Am I really this to you? Do you really want this from me? It's hard. And when it ends up showing up in business, when it's time for you to negotiate, when it's time for you to present your price, when it's time for you to tell people what it is, you kind of recluse. You start thinking of all the objections, which is great, but like in the audiobook, Emma Grede quoted someone, and they said that doesn't need to be the first thing that you think about. That doesn't need to be the primary or only thing that you think about is the objections that people are going to tell you no, because they might want to tell you yes. And they also give the advice or suggestion to really sit in silence and have a better relationship with silence, because silence doesn't always mean no. It just means it's not happening in the time that you thought it was going to happen. And so you could easily become anxious or fearful. And it's like, now you want to renegotiate whatever you put out there. And it's like, no. But to go back even further, some of us, we think about these possible objections when presenting an offer, and we haven't even presented the offer yet, because it's like, oh, they're not going to want this. They're not going to do this. They're not. Find out and see. That's the only way you're going to know. There have been so many instances where I'm just like, where I assumed I knew what the person was going to want, not want, XYZ. And the whole time I'm just like, yeah, sign me up. And I'm like, oh, like fear was really about to punk me out. I started leaning into fear a whole lot more, which is something that she talks about in the audiobook as well. We are getting ready to flow into music, movement, and motivation, a segment designed to help you to decrease anxiousness, to be present with your body and one with your body by the way of stretching, the motivational tip of the week, as well as a song produced by me. You can catch this segment every Sunday at 6 p.m. in the montage video, Moments and Momentum, and reposted every Wednesday at 4 p.m. If you're like Mikeya, the 6 to 7 minute stretch is just not enough, then you can always go to my channel. Click on this playlist right here, binge, stretch, move as much as you need to, rinse and repeat. Do it all, okay? So this week's movement stretch is what I would like to call hamstring rolls. What we are going to do, Exhibit A on the screen, we are going to place one foot out. The other foot, the feet is going to be planted, but the foot that is out, we are going to place the heel into the ground, foot pointing upward. We are going to take our arms, both of our arms, bring them to our sides as if we're rowing a boat, coming down, getting a real good pull in that hamstring. That's the back of your leg. We're going to go up towards the sky and come back, and then we are going to switch. We are going to do that 5 times on each side for a total of 10, doing 3 rounds for a total of 10. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But before we do the movement, we are going to do intentional breathing, which means we are going to inhale, hold for 5 seconds, then release. Last but not least, if you just so happen to get lost in the sauce, you will hear this sound right here to let you know that it is time to conclude or go to the next round. With that being said, let's begin. See, here's the thing.
I say you gotta stay connected to yourself, be your whole self to be able to know the difference. So I can't really tell you what's good for you. Only you know that shit. I can't tell you what's bad for you. Only you know that too.
I be so enticing, yeah, like your favorite snack on the shelf. By myself with my girls raising bells, witnessing all your favorite pleasures. A liar, is what I'm sensing. Is you tired? Want my attention, but your time's inspired, soul's inspired. Don't even come next to me. When I roll up, don't say I ain't told ya. When I roll up, don't say I ain't told ya. When I roll up, don't say I ain't told ya. When I roll up, listen everything I love. Don't really have the patience when you moving anxious. See through the lies and I can tell that you be faking. That ego loud and I can't hear what you be saying. I'm a liar. It's what I'm sensing. Is you tired? Want my attention, but your time's inspired, soul's inspired. Don't even come next to me. Roll up, don't say I ain't told ya. When I roll up, don't say I ain't told ya. When I roll my discernment, it alerts me on a minute. Ain't got the time to be wasting, let me finish. Ooh, this ain't no form of anxiety. I'm just a woman who finally sees if you can love me the way I need, then what you're here for.
What's the point of needing someone else when you haven't needed yourself? The desire that you have for another, where is that desire for yourself? To learn, to search, to find, to dedicate to. I love me. I need me. I learn me. I want me. I appreciate me. Therefore, I protect me. On everything I love. On everything I love. See, here's the thing.
I be so enticing, yeah, like your favorite snack on the shelf. By myself with my girls, face it there, witnessing all your favorite plans. A liar, liar, it's what I'm sensing. Is you tired, tired? Want my attention, but your time's expired, soul's expired. Don't even come next to me.
But this is why I say you gotta stay connected to yourself, be your whole self to be able to know the difference. So I can't really tell you what's good for you. Only you know that shit. I can't tell you what's bad for you. Only you know that too.
I be so enticing, yeah, like your favorite snack on the shelf. By myself with my girls, raising bells, witnessing all your favorite plans. A liar, liar, it's what I'm sensing. Is you tired, tired? Want my attention, but